PSG did not try to beat Bayern's press directly. Instead, they focused on manipulating it, drawing the press into the center, creating free players, and attacking the weak side at the right moment. Now let's break it down. Before looking at PSG's build-up patterns, we first need to understand Bayern's pressing structure. The first key idea is how their press evolves from a loose structure into a full man-oriented system. Bayern generally apply a high press against PSG's build-up. From the start, it is not a fully man-oriented press. However, as PSG progressed the build-up, Bayern defenders step forward and jump to engage higher up the pitch. As a result, more and more PSG players in the build-up phase become directly marked. Eventually, Bayern's pressing evolves into a structure close to a full man-oriented press, strongly disrupting PSG's short build-up.
2 goals scored in those fixtures.
PSG's first strategy was not to beat Bayern's press directly, it was to manipulate it. By drawing Bayern into the center and using quick passing to escape, they opened the space on the outside and turned it into a structured attacking sequence. In PSG's build-up phase, Bayern apply a man-oriented press, tightly marking every player involved. To create a numerical advantage, PSG drop a midfielder deeper to receive the ball. As soon as the midfielder receives, Bayern's pressure intensifies. At the same time, their entire defensive block becomes heavily compact in the central area. But this creates a key effect. The right side area is now open. PSG do not try to beat the pressure directly. Instead, they escape it through quick, high-tempo passing, finding the free right fullback. The fullback then plays into the right winger, who is making a run into the right half space channel. As the winger receives, 4 Bayern players immediately collapse to press him. However, the winger resists the pressure and connects the ball to a midfielder, making a delayed run into the box. Here, the forward's dummy movement plays a crucial role. By letting the ball run, he momentarily disrupts the defensive line, allowing the midfielder to receive at a better timing. Then, the midfielder switches play to the left winger, who is attacking the left half space. And the move ends with a dangerous cross. The second strategy is manipulating the block to create a far side isolation. Instead of forcing the attack, they draw the defensive block to one side, then exploit the space on the opposite side with coordinated movement. On the right side, the center-back and fullback exchange passes, drawing the entire defensive block toward the right. Once the block shifts as intended, the center-back quickly switches play with a strong pass to the left fullback on the opposite side. As the defensive block shifts back toward the left, the right winger positioned inside and left winger both drop in sequence, pulling defenders out of the line. This movement creates space behind the defensive line. At that moment, the left fullback connects a pass to the dropping right winger. Meanwhile, the left winger, who had dropped, immediately changed directions and attacked the newly created space in behind. The possessor recognizes the movement and delivers a pass into that space. The left winger receives the ball, drives into the box through the left half space, and creates a 1v1 isolation against the defender. Using his dynamic superiority, he manipulates the defender's movement, changes direction, and finishes with a dangerous shot, completing the sequence with a goal. The third approach is breaking pressure through a fullback carry. Instead of forcing passes against the closed structure, they use the ball carrying to break the first line, recognize the attack, and exploit the weak side. As the opponent blocks all passing lanes, the midfielder in possession drops deeper and plays a back pass to another midfielder forming the defensive line. The ball is then circulated to the left fullback, shifting the play toward the left side. The opponent quickly shifts again and closes the passing lanes once more. But at this moment, the left fullback takes initiative and drives forward with the ball. By dribbling past the first defender, he breaks the pressure and reopens the previously blocked progression lane. This action creates a new space on the left side. After exploiting the space, the left fullback plays a back pass to the central midfielder. The central midfielder recognizes that the opponent's block is heavily compact toward the center and left, and quickly switches the play to the right. Possessor then connects with the overlapping right fullback. The right fullback immediately delivers a fast low cross toward the forward, attacking the 6-yard box, creating a dangerous chance. This fourth sequence is not just about a cutback, it's about how to manipulate defensive attention. The key strategy is drawing the block toward the 6-yard box and then exploiting the blind side with a delayed run. The right-sided defender circulates the ball to the left to draw the opponent's block out. As the midfielder receives, the right winger drops deeper, pulling a defender out of position. This movement opens space behind on the right flank. Recognizing this, the right fullback makes a diagonal run from the flank into the right half space to exploit the gap. The possessor immediately delivers a pass into that space. The fullback drives forward, carrying the ball deep into the right half space inside the box. At this moment, 4 attackers make simultaneous runs toward the 6-yard box, pulling the defensive line toward the goal. However, the cutback is not aimed at those attacking the 6-yard box. Instead, it targets the left winger, making a delayed run from deeper. As the cutback is played, the defender's attention is fully fixed on the area in front of the 6-yard box. Meanwhile, the 2 central attackers deliberately leave the ball untouched, allowing it to pass through toward the left half space. This deception completely manipulates the defensive focus. As a result, the left winger receives the ball in a fully free position and finishes cleanly to complete the goal. The key here is the manipulation of defensive focus. The 6-yard box runs pull the defensive line deeper. Then, the central attackers leave the ball, allowing it to reach the delayed runner in the left half space. This makes the left winger completely free. PSG's build-up was based on one clear principle: manipulating the opponent's structure to create space. Against Bayern's man-oriented press, they didn't force vertical passes. Instead, they used quick circulation, positional drops, and ball carrying to pull the defensive block toward one side. This created 2 key advantages: space on the weak side and isolation in the half space. Especially, their use of double movements, delayed runs, and overloads around the 6-yard box was not for immediate finishing, but to manipulate defensive attention. And that's the key point: PSG didn't beat the press by strength. They beat it by controlling the opponent's movement and attacking the space that appeared as a result.